Hello, everyone. Welcome you to the Laverne Library Board for May 14th, 2018. It's 5 o'clock, and we'll call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum, and we'll welcome our newest board member, Kamisha Sadler. Welcome. Glad you're here. Everybody, hope you've had a chance to look over the minutes. We need to approve those, so we need a motion to approve those minutes.
I move we approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, minutes are approved. The next first order of business is a motion to send a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for the proposed 2018-2019 library budget. And we should have a copy of that. Donna, do you want to talk about that and let us know of any updates or changes or things you think we need to know?
Yes, thank you. This is a budget that we have worked with diligently with Phyllis and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to come up with for 18 and 19. We basically have stayed the same in most of our line items, except on the programs. We were able to add $500 more to our programs. Our programs, of course, are one of the great highlights, of course, other than our books and all of the great other services that we offer, but programs really draw people of all ages into our library. We basically have stayed the same with each one of our line item. Do you have any questions about any of them? That may be the easier way to go about this.
Is the other, not the 939, the other improvements, is that
Awesome.
the capital?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that out. 939, other improvements, is $30,000. This is an electronic sign that the library is going to be getting that will go upon the little hill that's going to say Laverne Public Library, and we'll be able to, from the library, type in messages of what's going on, our book sales, our different programs, welcoming people, and it's going to be up there on the sign for everyone to see from Murfreesboro Road. It really beats having our yard sale signs that we've been going out and putting into the ground. And so we're very, very excited and very pleased that the board saw fit to add that into our budget. And along with that, this budget year, we also received a storage shed. This was something we really needed. If you've been into the library, and if I've taken you back to the meeting rooms, you have seen boxes upon boxes of books stacked back there. Those are our donated books and our Gov auction books that we have weeded out of our collection. And they were just overtaking the meeting rooms. And of course, we want to have those meeting rooms for the community and for the public. And so the storage shed is going to be used for those donated books. And then when we have book sales, if it's a very pretty day, we're going to pop up a tent, open those doors, and bring those books out. It will just be so easy to do. So if you get to come by the library, please look at the storage shed. It is where the dumpster used to be. The dumpster and the paper dumpster have moved to 2 parking spots, and it just looks great. It's on a concrete slab and really looks nice. Any other questions about the budget?
Anybody have any questions or
Is that
discussion?
going to be a climate-controlled storage shed?
It is not.
The books are not going to get ruined in there, right?
No, and I went out and checked when we had that really hard pouring down rain. It does have 2 vents on either end for an airflow. Videotapes and DVDs we're going to keep in the meeting room. But as far as hardback books and paperback books, and we're not planning on having them out there longer than 6 months. That's our goal, every 6 months at least, to have a book sale.
Other questions? I guess.
I got another question.
Yes, absolutely.
What would it take to get a small directional sign put up on near Shreveman pointing This way to the library.
Similar to the one that we have now on Murfreesboro Road.
Yeah.
It would take me talking to Public Works, and I believe that they do have the right to put it there. So I will talk to Garland in the morning and ask him about that. And that's something that had been mentioned before, and so I definitely will talk to him about that.
We have so much traffic on near Shreveman.
Right.
We can back and forth. It makes sense.
That's a good
Hey,
place for it.
library.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely. Would this be a two-sided sign on one side of the road? Or would it be
One on each side. I don't know.
one on each side?
Whatever they work out to do.
I mean, you may have to ask Public Works if there's certain
Right.
rules that they have to do, but I could see a two-sided sign right in that apartment complex there, so you see it both ways, and
Yeah.
that's the turn, rather than arrow pointing that way would be
Right, at the
easy.
cottages
If they
there.
can do that.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm afraid on the other side of the street with the condos coming in,
It's gonna be
that
tough.
may not be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely will talk to him, and he will guide me on that.
Very good question.
Good thought, Gary, thank you.
Well, I guess we need a motion to make a favorable, or make a recommendation to send to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen on this budget. Anybody have a motion
A motion
to
to send it to the Board
approve
of
it?
Mayor.
Or do we
Yes.
approve it?
It
Or-
would be either a favorable
Favorable.
or an unfavorable recommendation. If
Okay.
you wanted to send it with a favorable recommendation, that
Yeah.
would be the motion.
Okay, to send a favorable recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen.
Very good.
Second.
Second, anybody?
Second.
Second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, looks like we will send a favorable recommendation on the budget
Thank you.
to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Topic number 2 is an FYI, library card applications. Continue with current procedure during summer reading.
Yes, if you can recall, back in January, which was our last meeting that we had, we talked quite a bit about going paperless with our library card applications. This is something that we want to do, and it's a semi-paperless type of procedure. But at this time, we haven't worked out all of the legalities of a signature from a parent. So we're just wanting to double check and make sure that we're in the right of what we're doing. We do want to capture a photo of the person so that, like, when our teens come in and they do not have their school ID, we'll be able to pull up their photo. But at this time, until we can get everything together and make sure that our system supports what we want to do, we're just going to continue with our current procedure of filling out the applications with the parent's signature and filing those at the library. After summer reading, and perhaps in July, when we have our meeting, I can bring back, Nick and I are going to work close, and I'm going to bring back some findings that we have, and we can discuss it further, and hopefully after summer reading, be able to go semi-paperless, which will help tremendously on storage. Any questions on that? We
Okay.
give out a lot of library cards, especially to children during summer reading. And so I don't want to throw a glitch in it at this point and the staff having to relearn something new. Oh, absolutely, and you know, Glenn.
Yep. Okay, anything else on that one? Number 3 is an FYI, the summer reading program for this year.
Okay, our theme this year is a fun one. Libraries rock. And we are going with the music theme. Hope that you can make it to our Board of Mayor and Aldermen, because we're going to have a very special guest that night. And this guest is going to help promote our, our summer reading. I love the eyeballs, getting big. We decided to name our different age groups, and so our birth to age 2 are called the minor chords. And those little minor chords meet every Wednesday in the summer, and they have story time, music, activities, interaction with the parents. It's just a great time. Kids Rock is our summer reading program for ages 3 through 12. They have a lot of great things going on. Teens Rock are students in middle and high school, so a 12-year-old can choose to either participate in Kids Rock or they may participate in Teens Rock. We want to give them that choice. And then Rock On is our adults ages 18 and over. And we've got a lot of great activities going on for the Rock On group. We do have some programs, of course, for all ages, and those are going to be some Saturday programs. And if you will look, I printed out for our staff the June and July calendar. And the legend is on the June calendar under Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It shows our minor chords, Kids Rock, Teens Rock, Rock On. Then we're also doing something different called Rocking Science, and that's for grades 1st through 5th. So each day that we have a program, I have listed the time, listed the group, and what's going on. The Rocking Science is similar to our after-school art program, but we decided to make it a science theme. It'll be 2 in June and 2 in July. The last one in July of Rocking Science, we are actually going to partner with the City of Laverne Fire and Rescue Department. We're doing an egg drop challenge where you take a raw egg and you protect it with recyclables somehow, some way, to protect it the best you can. The fire truck's coming to provide the high drop for us. So we will give the protected raw eggs that the children have designed to the firemen. They will go up the ladder and drop the eggs on the asphalt, and we'll see who survives. So we're really excited about that, and I appreciate the fire department partnering with us. The adults have several programs. Just look through this at your leisure. And as far as the Saturday programs, we're real excited about the very first Saturday program. This is Country Music Hall of Fame. We're going to have a musical petting zoo. They are going to be bringing different instruments for the children and adults to get to try out. Banjos, drums, I think an organ, and just all sorts of different instruments for the family to try. And they are going to bring 2 country music people with them. We don't know who they are. In the past, Charlie Daniels has come to different ones, and so we're not real sure who's going to show up that day, but we're really looking forward to that. And with this being our music theme, that's a great way to start off. Of course, summer reading begins on the 1st. That's when we will sign up. Then on the 16th, on a Saturday, we're having hands-on Middle Tennessee history. This is Mr. Chip Thompson. He is an expert in the Revolutionary War, and so he will be bringing different objects and items from that time period and talking about the history, and he will actually set up a diamond tent out in the yard, so we're looking forward to that. And then on the 30th, we have Sam the Balloon Man, who's going to do a magic show. He's always popular. In July, on Saturday, we're having a Lego club. We want to invite people to come to our Lego club, those who have been coming and those who have never come before, to see what it's all about. And then on the 28th, that will be our adult summer reading finale party. And then in between are all sorts of great things. Any questions about those?
What is the Crafty Canvas?
Crafty Canvas is the painting.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the one that I attended, or no, something different?
Pardon?
Is it different from the one that off the painting?
No, it's the same
It's the
type.
same? Okay,
It's the
okay.
same. I think we may have changed the name a few months ago, but it's Crafty Canvas. And I know that in June, they are doing a sea turtle And then in July is really cool. It is a patriotic guitar.
Yep.
Okay.
Very neat. And this is for people, you know, who have painting skills and those who have none.
Exactly.
So, Linda has come to many of our painting classes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then one thing we're really, really excited about, we are going to be having a partnership with Long Hunter State Park. If you will notice on June 23rd, we have off-site program, Long Hunter State Park, Reading Ranger Story Trail. That's from 11 to 2 p.m. The Laverne Public Library has been chosen to be their sponsor, their partner for the story trail. Have any of you had an opportunity to walk their story trail? Okay, very briefly, they take a book each year from Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and then the pages are made into, they're like 2 by 3 feet posters that are, they're almost like tin, and they're mounted on wood. And as you start through this trail, you start reading the story, and it's a 1/4 mile trail, and you complete the story all the way around. Last year's story was Pitter and Patter, and this was sponsored by the Nashville Public Library. The very first one was the Mount Juliet Library, and we are the 3rd library, and of course the Laverne Public Library. The book that we will be sponsoring is Miss Maple's Seeds. It's about Miss Maple. Oh, do you know all about Miss Maple? And she babies these seeds, and then she sends them out into the world. Makes you want to cry. So that's going to be an awesome story. So on that day, we're going to have a table there. We're going to be handing out information about the library. Other libraries will be there also, other vendors. It's just going to be a really fun day. And so we were really excited to be asked. So they will be sending out all of these little flyers, and on the back it will have Miss Maple Seeds here. And on the back it will have Laverne Public Library, and our byline will be visit our website for a list of all programs and events for all ages. And it will have our catalog.lavernetn.gov on it. So we're so excited. And then on each book page as you go by, there's going to be Laverne Public Library. So
Great.
that is wonderful. And they also make bookmarks from the different pages of the book. So when the new book comes out, Miss Maple Seed, when they have completed that, I will get you all some bookmarks. Okay. Any questions about that?
Do you know, is it permanent? I mean, do they do a different trail every year and those pages stay up? Or,
No.
or do they do the same trail and then every year they do a
Yes, it's
different?
the same trail, and then
Okay.
they just remove the
And do the
pages and
new
put the
one.
new book up.
Okay, okay.
That was a good question, though. We'd
Yeah, I
have little
wondered-
book trails all over the
That's
place.
what I wondered, if they just kept building them and,
And it's called the Reading Ranger Story Trail. When school groups come, Ranger Leslie Ann will take school groups around, and she will read the different pages as they're walking. So you're getting the literacy and you're getting the exercise. And then she has offered for any of us who would like to take groups around to come out, and we can take some groups around and read the story as we're exercising.
cool. Good deal. All right. Does anybody have any questions or comments on that? All right, looks like we're at the end of the agenda. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we adjourn? All right. Next library board meeting will be Monday, July 9th at 5 p.m. And we'll call this meeting adjourned.
Thank you.